Hey guys, welcome back to another brand new video. And I wasn't going to address this originally because I honestly didn't know the full context of what happened. And so you guys know by the title and thumbnail what I'm going to talk about already, and that is the whole Pablo Hidalgo situation and how he made fun of Star Wars theory for getting emotional in a video. And so it originally started with him saying emotions aren't for sharing. Then eventually, I don't know what happened, but people were saying that he was making fun of Star Wars theory for getting emotional, or he was telling him, don't put your emotions in the thumbnail. And I feel like I should now address my thoughts and opinions on it, since it's affecting the film fan community right now as a whole. And so I've always believed movies are a way to connect with people. I've always seen them as a comfort zone for people, or specifically me. And for me, going to theaters, I feel like it's the best place ever, where you can enjoy a great movie or a bad movie, whatever. But that's not how I see it. I see it as more how a director or filmmaker can connect to the audience by making us cry, by making us laugh, by making us join forces or connecting and all that. And especially the whole crying part. You'll never forget your experiences crying in a movie, because it's something that you try not to do, but then you're forced to do it. And us as fans, especially these big movie fans, we've lots of times have cried in movies, or not even in movies. Maybe a trailer dropped in something about the trailer, you saw that you loved. And, like the Snyder Cut trailer almost got me to tear up when I saw Darkseid, because I never thought in my life I'd see Darkseid in a DC movie. I grew up loving Darkseid, and I really grew up like seeing him as the big bad in my head. Darkseid was that big, like for lots of kids that are like around their 40s or 30s, for them the big bad was Darth Vader. Lots of kids my age would say their big bad was like a Doc Ock, because he was the big bad from that time. To me, it was Darkseid, because that's who I grew up watching as the big bad. So I got a little emotional when I saw him in the Snyder Cut trailer. And so Pablo Hidalgo saying emotions aren't for sharing. And let me remind you, Pablo is an executive at Lucasfilm. He's someone who wants people to make videos on Star Wars. He's someone who needs people to talk about Star Wars in order for him to keep a job. And so for him to come out and say something this stupid, I don't understand why you would say something like that. First of all, Star Wars theory is making you money, because the more people see his motions, the more people are going to want to watch The Mandalorian. To me, I wasn't even planning on watching The Mandalorian when it first got released, because I wasn't even a Star Wars fan at the time. But hearing YouTube channels talk about it so much, it made me want to watch The Mandalorian, and it also eventually made me want to watch every single Star Wars movie there is. And so for Pablo Hidalgo to come out and say this is stupid in a business sense. It's like you're asking not to get your paycheck doing that. And my biggest criticism is, what's the issue with fans showing their emotions, especially online? And to me, I just don't understand the process of what he's thinking. He needs a social media manager, because clearly if he had one, he's not doing a very good job. Why would you say something this stupid? And for you to criticize a fan of Star Wars for showing emotions is the stupid part. You do understand that people making these kinds of videos is what's putting money in your pockets. Lots of people wanted to watch The Mandalorian because of fan videos. I know tons of people who would have never seen The Mandalorian if it wasn't for people talking about it all the time. And I'm one of those people. I wanted to watch The Mandalorian because I've heard of how so many people loved it and enjoyed it. And that ending, by the way, spoiler alert, Luke Skywalker showing up got me going all crazy. I was like, no way, Luke Skywalker. And I didn't expect that. I saw the green lightsaber. I saw him zoom. And then he takes Baby Yoda, and he has R2-D2 next to him. And Pablo Hidalgo, I don't know what's the process in your head. I don't understand. And lots of people have been defending Pablo. I honestly don't understand why you would defend him. I mean, this guy just showed his emotion on a YouTube video because he is a fan of Star Wars, probably a lifelong fan. I don't know him really. I've never seen his video, Star Wars Theory. I think that's his name. And he's probably been a lifelong fan, and for him to cry and get backlash from a executive from what's it called, Star Wars, it's really stupid. Like I said again, without that fan, you probably wouldn't be getting a paycheck. And I don't understand the whole process of it. I don't understand why you even get mad at a fan crying. I remember 2 years ago, there's this small YouTuber, I think he had like 45K subscribers, who posted a trailer reaction to Rise of Skywalker. He was all crying and all this and that. And a lot of Star Wars fans came out and bashed him for liking the trailer. And I'm thinking to myself, what's the whole issue? Why do you have to make such a big point in trying to get your point across in something that is that subjective? Like, I don't understand the whole process of that. Like, for example, the Captain Marvel trailer, when it dropped, a lot of people were putting their reactions. That's really with every trailer, and they were like going all crazy, saying how much they loved it. And I honestly was one of the few who didn't like it, but I wasn't gonna go to people who liked the trailer and tell them, "Oh, you like bad trailers." I'm gonna accept this already. That Captain Marvel trailer didn't do it for me. The fact that I still went to go watch the movie, I don't understand why I did that, but the way Pablo Hidalgo did this is just stupid. I know I'm late to the party, and I probably should have made a video on this earlier, but it's just, I don't understand it. And by the way, I'm someone who liked Rogue One. I'm someone who liked Solo, Star Wars movie. I'm someone who loved The Force Awakens. I'm someone who liked The Last Jedi, and yet I'm here defending the fans in this situation. The fans are the ones who, they need an apology from Lucasfilms as a whole. And I don't know if there's been an apology addressed. There's been like this talk. I don't know the whole context, by the way, but I don't need that much more context to know that what Pablo Hidalgo said was stupid. And this has actually made me not want to watch Star Wars again, just because I feel like I'm giving this guy a paycheck just for watching, although most of my stuff is DVD, and it's not like he's getting more money off of that. But to me, I don't understand what happened, what went on Pablo Hidalgo's head. I would go out in a rant, but I feel kind of sick right now, and I don't have the voice to do that. And it's like I know fans get criticized a ton just for showing emotions in like in all movies, and what's the issue with having someone show emotions? They're very connected to the movie, they're very close to it, and to me it's something disappointing. Like, I remember 2 years ago, I had this one guy, when Endgame was coming out, I remember I would wear Marvel shirts almost all the time, because all I wanted to do was talk about my Endgame theories, because I'm Endgame, as a lifelong comic book fan, it's like this emotional roller coaster knowing that a movie like Endgame is being released, and it's the epic finale to something you grew up with. And I was talking about Endgame and all the time, and I was even saying that I'm probably gonna cry at the end of Endgame. And then like this one kid, he's like, why would you even cry for a movie? It's just a movie. And to me, I'm thinking to myself, if you say it's just a movie, then you've never watched a movie in your life. It's that simple. Because when you're in the theater and you're watching a movie, all your attention is focused into that giant screen with the projection and like the surround sound system and the darkness. You feel like you're connecting to these stories. You feel, even if you don't like the story, you feel like you're in them. You feel like you're part of it. And that's how I explained it. I feel like, you're in the journey with them, and it's fictional, but if a movie is really good, you'll kind of forget the fictional aspect of it. It's like The Dark Knight. Even though the Joker isn't a real character, you still go into it feeling like, oh my god, you see the presence, you feel the whole entire presence of what the Joker has done in Gotham City. And that's how I've approached multiple movies. I approached them like I'm being put in the stories, and that's why Endgame to me was a very emotional thrill ride. I felt like I was being part of it, and I wanted to show my support by wearing all these Marvel shirts. I have a ton of Marvel shirts in my closet. All I wanted to do was talk about Endgame. Even my most hardcore Marvel fans out there got tired of me talking about Endgame, which is actually why I decided to make this channel, so I could talk about things, because I'm very annoying when it comes to movies. But It's the annoying part. I don't understand. Like, I guess Pedro Hidalgo isn't a Star Wars fan himself, or did I say Pedro? Pablo Hidalgo isn't a Star Wars fan himself, and to me, Lucasfilm has a big track record on disrespecting fans who don't like their movies. I understand if you make a bad movie, and it's fine. It's all subjective at the end of the day. Like, for example, the one Star Wars movie I don't like from the Disney era is Rise of Skywalker. That's actually a movie I agree with tons of fans. I can't stand the Rise of Skywalker. But you also have to understand that you're going to get backlash. And for you to go out of your way to criticize fans like that, it's just, you're just rubbing salt in the wounds. You don't even have to apologize if you make a bad movie. Just accept, be like, all right, so this movie's getting bad reception. What should we do to make it better? A movie like Force Awakens, a lot of people hate. I love that movie. I love it a lot. I think it's my third favorite Star Wars movie of all time. Just continue with the path you had. And I think that's one thing that Kathleen Kennedy needs to learn. Just find a real filmmaker and be on board. Be like, all right, I'll give you this amount of time. Think of a plan on what you want. Because that's the problem with J.J. Abrams. Even though I loved The Force Awakens, and even though I liked The Last Jedi, it clearly showed that he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't have a plan for these characters. Like, Rey began the story being a nobody, and then all of a sudden she's now a Palpatine or a Skywalker, or it's all, to me, I don't understand what went on with Kathleen Kennedy there, but I feel like I'm getting, sidetracked. What Pablo Hidalgo said is wrong. It's stupid. It's not just stupid, but it's also wrong. It's like, what's the issue with fans showing emotions? I mean, it's making you money, so why would you complain about it? That's my whole thing. You're making money off of people showing their emotions. Whether you want to accept it or not, big blockbuster movies, the reason why they're getting so popular is because YouTubers are the ones talking about them. The Marvel Cinematic Universe was so popular because almost everyone was talking about the movies in their YouTube videos. PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, everyone. That's the reason why they're so popular. Star Wars also. I think almost every YouTuber out there has at least mentioned Star Wars once. And, it's getting popular, more popular, and more popular. And then not only that, but the film fan community. When you have channels specifically dedicated to movies, you have more of an audience growing. That's how I really wanted to get into this community, because I saw so many YouTubers that I loved hearing talk about it. I loved seeing so many Instagrammers talk about movies that eventually I wanted to step in and be part of that. And, I don't understand why Pablo Hidalgo had to come in and say, oh, emotions aren't for sharing. It's like, I mean, that's how you make your money. Trailer reaction videos are probably some of the most popular things. In fact, all my trailer reactions that I've uploaded here are some of the best rated videos on this channel. And I should probably do a lot more, but sometimes, I don't have the time to set up the camera and all that. All this and that. And I don't understand Pablo Hidalgo's whole process of thinking about this. I honestly think he should just, apologize, say, what, I didn't. Maybe we're taking it out of context. Maybe his biggest criticism was the whole clickbait, how he put his emotion on a thumbnail, because lots of people make it seem like it's fake. Honestly, I don't know Star Wars Theory, by the way. I don't know about their channel. I just found out about it. But, I feel like that reaction was genuine. Maybe he just put in a thumbnail because, that's what gets clicks. But that was a real emotion. It's like... And I think that's something a lot of the YouTube audience also needs to learn is, of course, a thumbnail is going to be clickbait. It's like, what do you want him to put as a thumbnail? It's like, I think it's clickbait regardless of what it is, but I'm not mad when there's clickbait. I mean, one of my favorite YouTubers, Mr. Beast, all he does is put like these very edited thumbnails. And I don't have a problem with that, nor does anybody else. And that's how I see it with Star Wars Theory. It's like, he wants you to show, hey, this is his emotion, click on the video. And that was a genuine emotion. Now, it could be wrong. For all I know, maybe that was a fake emotion. But to me, that's real. Like, all my videos here on this channel are my real opinions and my real reaction. And I would never lie here because, the whole reason why I even made the channel was so that I can show my emotions for the film fan community. And according to Pablo Hidalgo's whole thing, it's like, might as well delete my channel, I guess. But... it's really pathetic what Pablo Hidalgo said. I think he should just come out, apologize, address the situation. Maybe we took it out of context. Maybe. But what he said was stupid. regardless of if we agree or disagree. And you know, you're the reason why I'm even more angry is because he's an executive at Lucasfilm. He shouldn't be mad at a fan for showing an emotion for his product. It's like if Christopher Nolan came out and said you shouldn't like The Dark Knight because it's a bad movie, so don't watch it. It's like it's just gonna make him seem stupid. Or if it's someone like Patty Jenkins who comes out and says, don't watch Wonder Woman 84, please don't go support it on HBO Max, don't go support it. Like, that's basically what Pablo Hidalgo is saying. It's like, don't support our products because emotions, you know, you shouldn't show your emotions. But hey, that's just my opinion on it. I do think Pablo took it out of the wrong hand. Maybe I'm taking it out of context, but you know, Pablo, you know, just apologize to the fans. You know, soak up all the criticism because you honestly do deserve the criticism. I've defended a lot of Lucasfilm's employees, but this time I'm not going to step in. I don't care. You know, it's like this. It's one thing to show an opinion, but it's another for a big corporate, someone who works for that company, to get angry at fans for having an opinion on things. It's like if Kevin Feige said, "Oh, if you like Marvel movies, then you're just a little child who doesn't like good movies." It's the same thing. It's really the same thing. But anyways, that's just my opinion on it. Comment down below your thoughts on this. I want to know what you think. And also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bells. Comment down below your thoughts. Smash that like button. And if you want to be updated with movie news, movie talk, anything that is movie related, then please subscribe and put the notification bells. Thank you guys for watching.